if a certain sum amounts to 4,600 in 3 years and 5,000 in 5 years under simple interest, find the principal and the rate. There are a couple of ways of looking at this question. Let's first look at the easiest approach, direct equations. So we have two unknowns, the principal and the rate are both unknown, but we have two data points, 4,600 in 3 years, 5,000 in 5 years. This is basically going to become two equations in two variables, and you can solve it. Now the formula that we know for amount is A is equal to P into 1 plus RT. If you use that formula for both data points, you'll get 4,600 is P into 1 plus 3R. 5,000 is P into 1 plus 5R. If you subtract these two equations, you'll get 400 is P into 2R. Now 2 PR is 400, so that means PR is 200. This thing right here is P plus 3 PR, and we just found out that PR is 200, so this thing is 600, from which you can say that P is 4,600 minus 600, which is 4,000. That's one of the two things that they're asking for. We got it. Now you can substitute this 4,000 back in this equation. You basically have 4,000 R is equal to 200. R is 200 by 4,000. Just cut a 40 from both sides and you will get 5 by 100, which is 5% per annum, and that was the unknown rate. We have found both. Now I want you to look at the principal and the rate that we have just found and see what happens to the amount at the end of each year. Now the basic idea is that wealth generates wealth, right? And it generates a certain fraction of it, and that fraction is 5% every year. So the interest generated in the first year is 5% of 4,000, which is 200. We already saw this 200, right? So the amount at the end of 1 year will be 4,200. But in the second year also, this principal of 4,000 is sitting there and it is again generating 5%, right? So that 5% is again 200, and the amount at the end of 2 years is now 4,400. So what happens is, to get the amount at the end of 2 years, my total interest is 5% of 4,000 plus 5% of 4,000. When you have the same base, you can just add it up. 5% plus 5% is 10%, and 10% of 4,000 is 400. So in 2 years my total interest is 400, in 1 year my total interest is 200. So that those are the quantities by which the amount will exceed the principal. The amounts will exceed the principal, and this will continue. Interest for the third year is also the same, and you get to 4,600 and then to 4,800 and then to 5,000. And these are the two data points that are given to us. The amount in 3 years was 4,600, amount in 5 years is 5,000. So notice that it is an arithmetic progression. We got 4,000, 4,200, 4,400, 4,600, 4,800 and 5,000. Amount at the end of 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, and then you have the principal of 4,000. So basically, because we are always generating the same percentage of the same principal, 5% of 4,000, the common difference of this AP is the interest generated in 1 year, and that you can calculate as I'll going forward I'll just refer to it as I as opposed to SI. It is the interest for 1 year and it is equal to PR. I'm not putting T because T is equal to 1. So the common difference of this AP is the interest for 1 year, which is 200, and the first term of this AP is the principal. So there is a situation here where the amounts are like the terms of an AP. I want you to uh, pay attention to this, because we'll be contrasting this with the amounts in compound interest a couple of videos down the line. So you'll see a nice little comparison there. Now with this idea of the arithmetic progression, if you come back and look at this question, you'll have a new perspective where you'll say uh, you have an AP where there are two terms given to us, one term is missing in between. You can immediately look at this and say that the amount in 4 years would have been 4,800. You can say two things, that the interest for 1 year is 200, but you can also extrapolate backwards and say 4,400, 4,200, 4,000. The principal is 4,000 and the interest for 1 year is 200, just by using the AP without writing any equations. And then you'll say that the rate of interest is, I get 200 interest on 4,000 rupees in a year, which is 5%. So that AP analogy can help you cut down a few steps and get the answer faster.